and it's chapter 3. December, 7 months until the ceremony. For the love of the Father, eggies for breakfast again. When Megan is annoyed, her already irritating fake America's Zone accent takes on a nasal quality. Unfortunately, Megan gets annoyed a lot, mainly at mealtimes. I have a theory that she views her need for food as her only flaw. I'm sick of eggies. They're disgusting. Why isn't there any other low carb option available? She argues with the buffet as if it could talk back. Liz and Jessie are murmuring encouragement, ignoring the line of hungry girls behind them, waiting to be served. I'm starving, a tiny girl in front of me whispers to her friend. She's about 4 feet tall, waist length butterscotch hair, neatly taped uh, at the nape of her neck with a cerise ribbon, skinny elbows poking out of a cerise and navy striped polo dress. I'm sorry, did you say something? Megan spins around and places her hands on her knees, bending until she's eye level with the younger girl. What's your name then? L- L- Lena Rose, the girl stutters, her arms quivering in fright. Do you have something that you would like to say, Lena Rose? Lena Rose's head darts left and right. Her friend has angled her body away, staring at the ground, the shuffling feet and disgruntled sighs of before falling silent. The delay has been noticed. Chastity Ruth snaps to attention at the mere suggestion of trouble, her shaved head almost spinning on her shoulders, sweeping through the symmetrically laid out tables in the nutrition centre. She descends upon us, her rubber soled shoes mute against the tiled floor. I am suddenly eager to find my digicam in my bag. That she has the ability to turn us to stone is improbable, but I wouldn't rule it out. Is there a problem, number 767? No problem, Chastity Ruth, Megan says, arching her back so her strapless mini dress climbs up her supple thighs. She lets her loose black curls spill fetchingly over one shoulder. No problem at all. Little Lena here just asked me about some school rules. I was making sure she understood them. Running a hand over the bones of her skull, Chastity Ruth nods tersely before returning to the supervision desk at the back of the nutrition centre. Megan, instantly forgetting about the trembling Lena Rose, collects her meds from Chastity Ann and moves on, allowing the rest of us, in the ever-increasing line of the Be Better buffet, to finally be served. When it's my turn, I look at the display. It's been divided into 3 sections, all stacked with identical silver tureens. Above the low-carb section, there's a photo of a bread roll with a red X running through it. The tasty/healthy section has a photo of a fruit and veggies pyramid, and the zero cal section has a photo uh, of a weighing scales. Has a photo of a weighing scales. Okay, I grab a zero cal tureen, placing it on my chipboard tray without bothering to inspect the wonders that are hidden beneath the lid. The smells drifting from the fat girl buffet are making my mouth water, and I try not to think about the toast made with brioche and drizzled with syrup, the chocolate chip pancakes, the plump soy burgers in fluffy white baps smothered with relish. I have to be good this week. Good morning. Chastity Ann briefly peeks up from her apothecary table. She looks similar to Chastity Ruth, both clad in the all-encompassing black chastity robes. I have voice notes of your morning weigh-in. She fumbles in the drawer, reaching for the test tube with my photo burned into it. I've been instructed to up your dosage of beauty tabs. Hopefully the extra collagen will repair some of the damage caused by your continuing resistance to sleep sound. She glares at me as if I'm deliberately metabolizing my meds incorrectly. The usual Vit C, zinc, magnesium, aloe, flax, chlorophyll 2, Q10, multi-omegas, lipstick, carnosine, acetic L, uh, carnitine, uh, guys, it's getting complicated, COX2 and 5 locks, and Dia, she lowers her voice, and your anti-womenistration meds are included, of course. She rattles off this speech every morning. I think it makes her feel important, although we all know she's just a glorified drug dispenser, doing whatever the doctors at the Eurozone tell her to do. Has Isabel collected her meds yet? I ask. She wasn't at the gym this morning, so I was just wondering if... She shoves the test tube of meds at me and gestures at me to move on. If Chastity Ruth thinks about us in terms of design numbers, Chastity Ann's differentiates us by our medical prescription. She could tell you exactly the day and time I first received my curse, but I doubt she remembers my name most of the time. The nutrition centre seems to expand as I turn to search for Isabel. Beams of light shining from hundreds of light bulbs planted in mirrored walls and ceilings. Row after row of mirror-plated desks, occupied by faceless girls. Where is she? We agreed to sit together, although why I agreed to do so is beyond me. Yet another uncomfortable meal to endure, each unspoken word a brick in the growing wall between us. Frida, over here. Hi, girls, I say, relieved that someone has claimed me as their friend. I don't look like a total loner. The unholy trinity, all carefully tousled hair and bee-stung lips, are in their usual seats by the food distribution counter, so Megan can monitor our food choices, note who is being a good girl or a bad girl. She's taking her role as number one very seriously. What an extraordinary outfit, Frida, Megan says, her gaze travelling from the crown of my head to my toes as I fight the urge to adjust my clothes, to cut off my hair. I ask if I can apply for a, to ask if I can apply for a complete redesign. Thanks. I like your outfit too. Black suits you. It's navy. She arches her eyebrow at my enthusiasm, and the tips of my ears start to burn. Do you want to sit with us? Liz and Jessie chorus, wearing matching turquoise bustier dresses today, the chunky metal straps cutting into their shoulders, their hair set in loose waves. I'd love to, but I told Isabel I'd eat with her. The twins lose interest at once, drawing circles in blueberry speckled porridge with her spoon. But maybe we can both join you. Isabel? Megan says slowly, cocking her head to one side. She's even more gorgeous up close, her dark looks accentuated by the bland prettiness of the twins. Yes, Isabel, I repeated myself, swallowing twice in case excess saliva is making me slur. Isn't that Isabel at the Fat Girl buffet? And it is, dressed in a loose black tank over grey leggings. She is the only one there, steam from the hot bar curling around her face, obscuring her features, seemingly oblivious to the girls in the Be Better line, opally pointing at her. She loads her plate with fried chick and noodles, white bread rolls, soup and pasta. She dispenses a hot cocoa from the beverage tap and covers it with mounds of whipped cream, sprinkling choco flakes generously over the top until she's buckling under the weight of her laden tray. I turn away, knowing that she'll return to Chastity Ann's desk to pick up her portion of ipecac syrup, and I don't want to see it. I sit down at once, banging my tray on the mirrored desktop. I can't believe she's eating fat girl food again. Who eats from the buffet? Everyone knows it's only there to tempt the weak. Megan doesn't bother to lower her voice. Unlike the rest of us, she's not afraid of being overheard. She's sitting right by the vomitorium. It must smell so bad, Jessie says, craning her neck for a better view. It would put me off my food, Liz shudders, pushing her bowl away. It would take more than that to put Isabel off, Jessie sniggers, as I lift the lid of my basket, finding a glass full of a lurid pink underneath. I don't know why she's even bothering to use ipecac, Megan says. It's not working. She must have gained at least 20 pounds. She stares at me intently. What do you think, Frida? How much weight has she gained? She reaches out to touch my hand, and I want to pull it away. If I pull away, will she be insulted? It must be so difficult for you, Frida, watching a friend degrade herself like that. I mean, she's eating pasta, she grimaces. Has she said anything to you? What was her weigh-in like today? She wasn't in the gym, so she must be on probation, right? I wish she would tell me, or I wish she would tell me what she wants to hear. I'll say it. I'll say whatever she wants, if she'll just stop. I drop my gaze, pretending to fix my hair in the desk before stirring the strawberry slim shake with my straw. Maybe you could give her some dietary advice, Frida. She clearly needs the help. That's what friends are for, right? Megan continues sweetly. Yeah, Jessie says. If anyone needs to try some slim shakes, it's that fat bitch. Am I right, girls? She cackles, her voice corroding my will to live. But what do you think, Frida? It's an ugly silence. I meet Megan's eyes to see the challenge there. She's drawing a line in the sand, and it's my decision which side I want to be on. I guess you're right, I answer, the betrayal tasting like bile in my mouth, and she smiles at me. I should be more understanding, she sighs. I have such a fast metabolism. I usually struggle to maintain my regulation weight. I looked at the barely touched eggies on her tray. For someone who struggles to maintain a weight, she certainly has an aversion to eating full portions. She and the twins start to photogram their food, bickering about Cassie and Carrie's latest adventures on Chilling with the Carmichaels as they upload the photos. I rack my brain for something witty to say, something that will make them think I'm interesting and funny, that will make them want to invite me to sit with them again, but my brain is frozen, as if I'd gulped down an ice slushy too quickly. I'm itching to find Isabel's reflection on the wall beside me. I want to make sure she's okay, and she's not going back for seconds and thirds and more. I throw the meds into my mouth and take a sip of Slim Shake and force them along. They slip down my throat, falling into this black hole inside me. I know they're making me better, even if they taste of emptiness, even if they taste of my weakness. And that's the end of chapter 3. Thank you for listening.